Never planned to go the way Santiago. This journey seemed too simple and popular, but it just came to me by itself. To understand why, I decided to walk through the first day of this route and see what happens. I left home in Porto, got a pilgrim's passport, and walked along the seafront on the way to Santiago. I was walking and looking at people, these shells on their backpacks, the symbol of the way of Santiago, thinking how pointless it is because there are so many interesting and unexplored paths in the world. But they are taking this popular road. For 35 kilometers, I was walking and watching my thoughts, simply enjoying the beauty and strength of the ocean. Suddenly it dawned on me. Actually, what I think about people is just my arrogance. That this arrogance, I myself limit my opportunities. Don't take popular roads. Look condescendingly at those who don't travel on their own, or perform something grand by my standards. While I myself am the same as all these people, I am ordinary. This realization was so deep that I understood. If I manage to feel it in just one day, what will happen next? I continued my way to Santiago de Compostela, knowing nothing about it beforehand. My body was walking through these towns, and myself kept watching my thoughts and feelings. The way of Santiago is a way to the tomb of the Apostle Jacob. According to the legend, after his death, his body was put into a boat and launched on the waves of the Mediterranean Sea. The boat sailed to Spain, where his disciples found him and buried him in this area, where the town of Santiago de Compostela appeared later. Saint Jacob officially became the holy patron of Spain, the patron saint of pilgrims and travelers, which means he is my patron too. Officially, there are many ways to Santiago now. The roads go through territories of France, Portugal, Germany and other countries. The main ways take from 100 to 1000 kilometers. Personally, I realized that the most important thing is just to leave home and walk to Santiago, no matter where you are coming from. For these 270 kilometers, I spent approximately 270 euros. I spent 8 days on the road. It is much faster than the average pace, which usually takes around 2 weeks. I walked 30-40 kilometers a day. While on the way, you can spend a night in albergues. They are hostels organized specially for pilgrims. The cost of a stay in an albergue on the way from Portugal is from 12 to 18 euros a night. I didn't take a sleeping bag with me, but it's better to have it, especially in high season, because not all hostels have bedding. In the summer, a lot of people walk down this trail, and you have to make reservation in advance. I was walking in the beginning of April, still low season, but sometimes albergues were almost fully booked.
WhatsApp daquele gostoso, não acredito. Me chamou pra sair, eu tô muito louca pra dar, mas o reloginho não sai.
It's comfortable to walk in April. It's cold in the morning, warm and sometimes hot in the afternoon. But in the summer it must be really hot.
У меня есть друг, который с одним глазом путешествует на мотоцикле. Очень в крутые путешествия на далекие расстояния. И я вот сейчас иду, и я не понимаю, Паша, привет, как ты это делаешь?
I mostly bought food in grocery
нелегко,
stores, had 2 oranges for breakfast, and easily walked for 20 kilometers till the first stop to rest and drink my favorite hot water with lemon. I sometimes cooked lunch in the albergue after the arrival, and sometimes had food in the cafe. The cost of the lunch at the cafe is approximately 6 or 15 euros, depending on what and where to order. If you wish, you can stay at normal hotels and have meals at restaurants. increasing your expenses indefinitely. Or on the contrary, you can take a tent and a gas burner with you. Then I suppose there will be even less expenses than I had.
Oh no!
I bought a SIM card in Porto in an Indian shop. With its help, the internet worked in Spain as well. There is a Wi-Fi in all albergues and most cafes. In my backpack there was a camera, a tripod, socks, a sweatshirt and pants for evenings, a warm jacket, a mini towel, and most importantly, earplugs for the night. I'd have a hard time without them. I also usually carried 2 or 3 oranges in my backpack. I don't carry water with me. I don't drink on the road even when climbing.
Hola.
Hola.
We met the third time, I think.
Maybe.
Where are you from?
From Russia.
Ah, from Russia. Меня зовут Andy. That's all I can say.
So, for me it all started with my meditation of answers to questions. After it, I listen to what comes to me by itself and open to new actions. You can endlessly say no and fail to try something new and never receive a new result because of your basic narrow-mindedness. And this way really transformed something in my consciousness. As a true pilgrim, I wrote down my thoughts. It is highly advised to do it with a pen and notebook. But like an ordinary modern person, I recorded some important thoughts to my telegram. And on coming back, converted them into a text.
Вот это да.
Here they are, all in order. I've already told you about the first day. I found arrogance in myself and kept walking, quite intrigued by this discovery. I have never thought about the fact that on this journey you walk through lives, and other lives walk through yours. And it's not obvious which of us is walking in more real way, me or this person who is standing. Originally, people took the way to Santiago on foot, because there was no transport and they wanted to reach this holy place. But over time, some creative people realized how important the way is itself, but not the goal, and made an attraction out of it. Because of the popularity of this way, people abandon some of their important goals, their ways, and take this famous route. But it is not their route. They deliberately arrive, spend a lot of time and effort, while they can just leave their home and go to their parents to be with them. Here I am. Instead of writing a new course on nutrition, I had planned to write in Portugal. I left home and started this way. Why? I'll find out about it soon.
В такие моменты я думаю, боже, где мой кот? Мне нужно срочно сюда мой мотоцикл.
Day 3. It's been so wonderful today, as it usually in the morning. I've decided to talk to everyone and ask why these people go to Santiago. Yesterday I asked a German, my hostel neighbor. Generally, most pilgrims I have met are Germans. The guy told me that they have it all planned out in Germany so much that he thinks about business and more business so much that all these thoughts just overlap and can't be even perceived.
Oh, the Camino is this only sleep, eat, and walk. The Camino don't give you that what you wanted, because the Camino gives you that what you need.
He was very much surprised that I went to Camino spontaneously. But what about preparation and equipment for this trip? I responded that I have running shoes, and that turned out to be enough.
Эти деревья
Day 4. So, originally, I thought that Camino de Santiago was such a pointless activity, marketing, and people want to take it simply because they know about it. But it's so natural. How can a person desire something he doesn't know about? The fact that this way is so well advertised doesn't mean that it's bad. It means that it isn't shy to declare its existence. In fact, this path is a beautiful and useful opportunity which allows people to go away from their routine, thoughts and civilization. I thought about it today and then went to a cafeteria where local village men were drinking wine and treated me too. I love rose wine and drink a bit. Moreover, I really wanted to talk to them. Now I am walking and not thinking about anything at all.
É igual a Portugal e Espanha. Dois países irmãos.
By the way, how have I actually found myself here, on this Camino? I understand that I never did anything for it. For many people it's a dream, but I am just walking this way. At first I thought, yes, it's my karma. Adventures find me all by themselves. But I understand that this actually is a synchronism with my true self, which is generally doing something incomprehensible. Self, it is not my mind, not my body. My mind doesn't need it at all. It wants to sit in a cozy place at my computer and edit a video. Do nothing, go nowhere. But if my mind is my supercomputer, I carry it in the backpack of my body. Some self of mine from my heart shows me where to go. Day 5. My body just woke me up at 5:30 a.m. and said, "So we're meditating, shivering and living, yes?" I tell him, "My dear feet, you're so wonderful. Thank you for carrying me around this world. How great it is to let your body free. And it's just walking all by itself, through cities, without stopping. God, I have a genius thought, realization, the insight of insights. I was walking past a pharmacy and saw that its sign said pharmacy, farmacia. So many people know this route because everyone speaks about it, and every corner says, this is the way of Santiago. And the way of Santiago itself doesn't care about it, doesn't look down modestly and say, oh, never mind, it's not me, it's the people who wrote it themselves. If we ourselves don't show who we are and why we are valuable, then it is equal to a pharmacy having no sign at all. And how will people know then that medicine is sold here? And it has a wonderful band-aid, so much necessary in this way. That's right, they never know. Briefly speaking, we should write down everything about ourselves, what we can do, sell, not be shy and keep it to myself. The enlightenment begins. It's so interesting. Everything we so contemptuously refuse and don't even want to hear about it, but it keeps persistently repairing in our life. Actually, if we face it, listen, accept, get deeper, it might be the very answer to the question that has been taunting you for such a long time. Day 7. The way of Santiago proves my thought that compared to most people I am far better at physical activities, not because I was born this way, and not because I am an athlete. I have an ordinary lifestyle. I sit at the computer for 20 hours a day, but at the same time I easily handle strong pressure. I can actively go snowboarding or ride motorbike for half a year, and then again sit at the computer for weeks. I was born an ordinary child with congenital migraine, and often got sick. But I was lucky to be born in the family of a yoga therapist. My mom started actively practicing healing when I was 19, and I started working with her. At the same time, I got rid of a bunch of chronic diseases. And now I am not afraid of pandemics, loss of energy or health. I've been watching these eyes for 25 years, been at classes with these people who are recovering their health from the hardest problems. I've been watching how they, being not able to walk, in the end get up and start walking and then go to the mountains. Now I own a technique which works in practice for thousands of people. I understand that it's not me who choose this path, but it's the path that choose me. just like this Camino. It's the merit and vocation of my mother, who works 2 miracles in her work. I used to live in the feelings that it's shameful to be proud of your knowledge, skills, or to speak about it. But now I am walking and realizing it so deeply and in a new way. This is a revolution of my consciousness. If you are listening to this, these words are for you now. In the meantime, I am saying them to myself. Put a sign on your band-aid pharmacy and don't hide it behind your arrogance, mask it as modesty. When I go down, even from mountains after climbing, I run fast a part of the way, and my knees allow me to do this. The ease with which I walk along these parts is not the natural reserve of my body, but the merit of my nutrition. And those 1-2 hours in the morning that I spent on proper yoga, healing joints, ligaments, and organs with the best inside massage, which can't be compared to any massage at a massage therapist's. I am not a vegan or a raw vegetarian. I am an ordinary person who has a diet as if there are no supermarkets on earth. I can see how hard it is for most who walk down this way. It's a pressure which demonstrated for us the real condition of the body. Yours is a resource. The conditions of a young body says nothing. It should be healthy with any lifestyle. You can draw conclusions about what kind of lifestyle a person leads either after 40 or while watching how he feels during strong and prolonged loads. I'm 45 and I adore exercise because I know how to treat my body so that it's healthy. I know how to deal with my mind so that allows my true self to reveal itself, and my life is full of wonders, and it is achievable for everyone. Anyway, if I've taken this way, it must be mine. If you haven't taken it, it's not the time yet. It means your way is different. It's neither good or bad. It simply exists just as it should be. Why are we taught from childhood what is good and what is bad, that there is evil and good? In fact, everything is right, and everyone is as he is, and as he is supported to be. We simply have to go through these conditions and meetings for some reason, because that is our way. I've just been walking through a town. It was quite big, bigger than those I had gone through before. And I caught an incredible and new feeling when you are simply walking, then walk through a town and keep walking further. Holy shit! You walk through a town and keep walking. Every morning starts with me going outside saying wow to the sunrise and frost, and I overtake everyone on the road. Of course, there may be those who are walking faster than me, and they're already ahead. I don't overtake them, but at the same time no one overtakes me, and it makes me happy. Kind of gives me a reason to think that I am going great.
Короче, это как в жизни.
How fast I can walk.
Только к концу пути ты начинаешь понимать, как бы ты хотел его пройти. Уже поздно.
My friend Christian told me before leaving that our body is our temple, and temples are built in the image of our body. If our body is our temple on earth, then for me, this way is devoted to my temple body. I walk past temples and don't enter them, because now I am interested in walking and never stopping. Walk through it all. I simply let my body go, and it's walking as long as it wants. If I don't stop it, it simply keeps walking on and on. I can see the beginning of a big city, an enormous city, and can't even believe that I've almost arrived, that it is the beginning of the goal of all pilgrims, Santiago de Compostela. chosen any way, we lose all the rest millions of parts,
Я дошла до последнего
which means it makes no sense in regretting anything. The way we are taking is the only right one. We are always on the right way, here and now. And everything we used to do, all our mistakes and actions we feel shame and pain for. Stop. Remember everything. Feel your shame. It was all your right choice and your only right actions. You shouldn't have done anything differently. This has been the way to the very self you've become right here and now. And you can only look at your past self, at your past choice, and thank yourself for them and for now. For every step, you simply keep the goal in your head where you're going, and the yellow arrow is showing the way. Every step and every turn it points to goodness knows where. Just trust it and go. The yellow arrow is your true self. Following it, you're always on the right way.